Want to know what he was up to.
That'll do it for this question. Got about 30 plus calls in here in this first hour of the program. We will take a short time out and then talk about the federal response to the oil spill in the Gulf of Mexico. Our guest will be Congressman Joseph Gao of New Orleans. Be right back.
I am glad that the only person whose ratings fell more than mine last year is here tonight. Great to see you, Jay.
See the president at Saturday's White House Correspondents' Dinner, or go back and watch a past dinner. Search it, watch it, clip it, and share it online at the C-SPAN Video Library. Every program since 1987. Watch what you want, when you want.
This weekend, entrepreneur Ted Leonsis on his book, The Business of Happiness, his documentary about the 1937 Nanking Massacre, and what it means to own a professional sports team, Sunday night on C-SPAN's Q&A.
I'm confident that we can come up with a nominee who will gain the confidence of the Senate and the confidence of the country.
As the president considers potential nominees, learn about the nation's highest court through the eyes of those who served there. In C-SPAN's latest book, The Supreme Court, 381 pages of history, photos, and interviews with all the justices, active and retired. The Supreme Court, available now in hardcover and also as an e-book.
Washington Journal continues.
To the oil spill now, and at our table is Congressman Joseph Gao, Republican of Louisiana, 2nd District, New Orleans. And Congressman, you were at this briefing by a senior BP executive yesterday, and here is the off-lead to the New York Times. I want to read the first graph and get your reaction. This was a closed-door briefing for members of Congress. Senior BP executive conceded Tuesday that the ruptured oil well in the Gulf could conceivably spill as much as 60,000 barrels of oil a day. It's more than 10 times the estimate of the current flow. When you heard that, what was your reaction?
Well, my first reaction was worry. I worry for the seafood industry of Louisiana. I worry for the small businesses of Louisiana that will be impacted. And I worry for the many fishermen whose livelihood will be affected. And after the initial feeling of worry, obviously, the second feeling was anger. Anger that we're not doing enough to address this oil spill, that from the very beginning there has been a lack of a comprehensive plan to address the spill and to address the cleanup. And so it just mixed emotions right now.
What kind of questions were there in the room for the executive?
Well, obviously, much of the questions centered on the status of shutting down the spill, what they're doing to try to shut down the spill, what programs have been implemented in order to address the cleanup, what would be the worst case scenario, and if that were to happen, what is the plan to address the problem?
Here's the Washington Post off lead. It says that scientists envision devastation for Gulf. They point out that much is still unknown here, but what they call the loop current in the water could take the spilled oil all the way to North Carolina, so through the Straits of Florida and then up the coast. They're not quite sure yet. They're going to have to see. But we want to get the phone numbers on the screen for our guest. We're talking about the federal response to the oil spill. Lines for Democrats, Independents, and Republicans on the screen here. And our guest is Congressman Joseph Gao, Republican of Louisiana. So we'll get to your calls right away. But first, the administration's response thus far. What kind of grade would you give the administration?
Well, the administration has been on the ground since the very beginning. They've been talking with BP